We always love guests in the studio, but this morning we have more than one guest. We actually have a band with us this morning, Borrowed Blue, and we have Brandon Davis, Matt Cooper, and Jordan Latham. Good morning.
How are you doing? Good morning.
Thank you all so much for being here today. We have a lot to talk about. We, of course, want to talk about your band and your music and how you all came together, but most importantly, you are here to talk about an event that you are a part of that's coming up this Saturday, and that's the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival. And Brandon, we'll just start with you. How did you all get involved in this festival? It's your third time back performing.
Well, the guy that put this on, his name's Joe Hicks, and he had a kid pass away. Jeremy, obviously. He passed away, and he was a dear friend of ours, and, you know, he had to leave us too soon, so everything is pretty much for him. I mean, we're just trying to raise money for Children's Research Hospital, and hopefully we can just help people out by doing this.
The Jeremy Hicks Music Festival is this Saturday, January the 31st at 6 p.m. at the Center for Rural Development, and tickets for adults are $15, and for children under 10, they are $5. And as you mentioned, Brandon, all proceeds from this festival go to the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Yes.
Matt, what is the difference in performing at an event like the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival as opposed to performing at just your typical concert?
It's a big difference, actually. I mean, it has more meaning to it. Everybody's there for a good reason, coming together for a good cause. Jordan,
what about you? What makes performing at a concert like this special to you?
Like Matt said, you know, it's a great reason, and you know where all the money's going. Everything that's raised goes to that benefit, so that's awesome.
What songs will you be performing at the festival this year, or do you know yet?
Well, I mean, we're going to play all 8 of our songs that are on our current EP. We'll be playing a couple new songs for you that more than likely will be on our next album coming out whenever we decide we get time to go in the studio and do it. But one of the songs is called Love, and the other song is called Trip and Fall. But we also have a rock medley that we'll play and some other cool stuff in store for you.
Matt, how would you describe the Borrowed Blue brand of music?
I would say it's more of an alternative rock country. We're kind of finding our own sound around here. We don't want to be like anybody else, so I would say alternative rock country.
You can look for this next album we've got coming out to be slightly different than the one we've got right now.
How did you all come together to form Borrowed Blue? You all were telling me earlier where you live. You live very close to the radio station, so you're local, your hometown, but how did you all come together?
Well, I was actually in a different band under the name Borrowed Blue. It was a rock band. One of the members of Blind Peace was in it. The bass player we have right now in our band was the guitar player in that band. And we had a chick singer at the time, and she quit. Her boyfriend wouldn't let her sing with us anymore. So we ended up calling Coop. He got a hold of me, and he was like, I think I can sing. You know, this is about 6 years ago now, 5 years ago, something like that. And sure enough, we got him, we got Jordan over here, and we got a couple other people, and we've been together ever since. Here we go.
We'll be listening to your music a little bit later in this show. You'll perform a little live for us.
We might. I don't even think we brought a guitar, actually.
That's okay.
He forgot his guitar in the house.
That's okay.
So.
We can just hear your vocals.
We have guitars around the studio.
Oh, okay.
We can take care of that. But we definitely want people to get a little firsthand hear of what they will hear when they come to the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival coming up this Saturday. Before I met you all, I went to your website, and your website is borrowedbluemusic.com, and that's where people can go if they want to find out a little bit more about you. And you have noted on there under the Get to Know You, About You section, your last meal, if you could have your last meal. And I knew that you all were pretty cool before I met you, because nacho chicken fajitas, Matt, would be your last meal. And grilled cheese and a payday candy bar would be yours, Brandon, and steak would be yours, Jordan. And nacho chicken fajitas and grilled cheese are two of my favorite things.
Yep.
So if that's your last meal, then I knew you had to be cool before you came in. You said you knew Jeremy Hicks. We're
Yes.
friends with Jeremy, and that's how you got involved in the festival. For those of us who did not get a chance to know Jeremy, talk about Jeremy.
Oh, he was the sweetest kid that you'd ever meet. I mean, never hurt anybody. Everybody loved him. He was a jokester, loved music, always had his headphones on, listening to music. And, I mean, he's touched a lot of us in so many ways, you know, and him passing is just, it's been a hard thing for everybody to deal with, but, you know, it's just.
The good ones go too soon, is what
Yeah.
they always say.
Always happens that way.
How does it make you all feel to have known Jeremy and then to perform at his music festival? That has to be a little special.
Yeah, it is. We love Joe and their family and love to help them out in any way we can, and it's just an honor to get to be a part of it.
It's a celebration, what is coming up on Saturday. It is a celebration of Jeremy, and again, the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival coming up this Saturday at 6 p.m. at the Center for Rural Development. Tickets to the concert are $15 for adults and $5 for children under 10. I do believe you can still purchase the tickets at the door, so if you don't have a ticket, you can get a ticket at the door. And most importantly, all proceeds from this festival go to benefit the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, where Jeremy was a patient. We're talking with Borrowed Blue this morning, a great band with Matt, Brandon, and Jordan. And we're going to take a very short break, and when we come back, we have 2 tickets to the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival to give away. So we'll ask a Mid-Mornings question, and the first caller will get our 2 tickets to the festival. You're listening to Mid-Mornings with Amy, presented by the Mole Hole of Somerset. Welcome back to Mid-Mornings with Amy. It is Monday, January the 26th, 28 degrees outside at 8:47 in the morning, and we are talking this morning about the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival coming up this Saturday at 6 p.m. at the Center for Rural Development. And here to talk about the festival with us is Borrowed Blue. We're talking to Matt, Brandon, and Jordan from the band Borrowed Blue. And we do have a mid-mornings question for everyone this morning. And since you are here in the studio, Borrowed Blue, the question's about you just a little bit.
All right.
We want the first person who calls our studio this morning who has not won a prize on Mid-Mornings with Amy in the month of January will win a Borrowed Blue CD signed by the 3 of you this morning, Brandon, Matt, and Jordan. And also will win 2 tickets to the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival coming up this Saturday. So 2 really, really great prizes this morning.
That's a $40 package.
$40 package, you're right. And a Borrowed Blue CD that's signed by you. That's pretty cool. So 2 great prizes this morning. And we're making it really easy for you to win because, Brandon, what do people have to do?
You have to call in and you have to give us what's your favorite song on our album.
So right now, the number to the studio is 679-9959, 679-9959. And the first person who calls our studio and just tells us which Borrowed Blue song is your favorite will win the signed Borrowed Blue CD. And
Good morning, you're on Mid-Mornings with Amy.
Yes, I love porch people.
Porch people. Woo! All right, thank you.
Well, ma'am, what's your name?
My name is Stephanie.
Stephanie, well, you know who you're talking to this morning, don't you, Stephanie?
Oh, yes, I do, because I'm from the little lovely town of Monticello. Well, I used to, but I moved from there, so yes, I know all about that lovely little group.
Called Borrow Blue, right?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Well, Stephanie, do you know where we are here at Somerset 106 so that you can pick up your CD and 2 tickets to the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival?
Yes, oh, yes.
Okay, well, now, remember, the festival is this Saturday, so you definitely want to come by before then so you can pick up your tickets, okay?
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I think Stephanie was a fan.
Yeah, that was a real fan there.
Well, again, let's talk about the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival on Saturday because that's why you all are here. You all are performing at this festival. And, Brandon, other than music, what else will be going on at the festival?
Well, as you know, it's going to be Blind Peace, the Bobby Perry Band, Rapid Transit, and us, which I guess that's about 5 hours worth of music. And then we're going to have a raffle for a UK Calipari signed ball along with a set of UK tickets, a live auction with another Calipari ball, an Andy Dalton signed football, John Mellencamp signed CD, a bunch of Cincinnati Reds stuff that I think you all provided here at 106.
Yes.
And then there will also be a concession stand with door prizes for everybody that's attending, and we just hope everybody comes out and has a good time with us.
We love good music here in Somerset and Pulaski County, and we love a good festival. But the most important thing about Saturday is that all proceeds from all ticket sales go to benefit the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in honor of Jeremy Hicks, the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival. I always like to ask bands, what's your favorite song? Jordan, we'll start with you. Of all the songs you've recorded so far, what's your personal favorite?
I would say probably Rain.
Mad, what about you?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I really I don't know if I have a favorite, really. It's probably between Rain and Dream of Me.
And Brandon, your favorite song?
I would say the most fun would be I Shouldn't Love This, because it's the most fun to play of all of them.
Mm-hmm. You obviously enjoy very much what you do. What are your ambitions and goals in years to come? Where do you want to see yourself as a band in 5 years?
Well, I'd like to see us on some big stages with some big-time acts, making a living and doing what we love to do.
Well, you have a great music and a great sound, and when we come back, you are going to wrap up Mid-Mornings with Amy by singing a little bit for us. Jordan will play on the guitar, so we'll get to hear a little bit of Borrowed Blue before the show ends today, so that if you've never heard Borrowed Blue, you will know what they sound like, and you will definitely want to come out on Saturday to the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival to hear more from Borrowed Blue and other bands as well. Once again, the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival taking place this Saturday, January the 31st at 6 p.m. at the Center for Rural Development. You can get your tickets at the door. They are $15 for adults and $5 for children under 10. And when you buy a ticket, you will be helping the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. You're listening to Mid-Mornings with Amy, and we will be right back. We're talking with the band Borrowed Blue. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning on Mid-Mornings with Amy. It is Monday, January the 26th. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. And we've had a great time on the show this morning talking with Borrowed Blue, with Matt Cooper, Brandon Davis, Jordan Latham, and Jay and Scotty couldn't be with us, but I definitely want to have you all back sometime and the whole band to come here. You all are performing at the Jeremy Hicks Music Festival coming up this Saturday at 6 p.m. at the Center for Rural Development. You can get your tickets at the door. They are $15 for adults, $5 for children, and all of the proceeds go to benefit the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And on Mid-Mornings with Amy on Wednesday, we will be talking to Joe Hicks, Jeremy Hicks's dad, and he'll be bringing a couple of members of Rapid Transit with him. So we'll get to hear a little bit more music that you will hear at the festival on Wednesday. But you all, we can't have you in the studio and not have you sing a little bit for us. Borrowed Blue, you're going to be taking us to the top of the hour, singing from your most recent single, A Pretty Good Place to Be. Brandon, Matt, Jordan, thank you all so much. I think you have a very bright future, and we look forward to hearing more from you. But take it away.
Got a $5 steak on a $20 grill. I can't help but feeling like the king of the hill. The grass is kinda high, but it's under control. And right now, I ain't in the mood to mow. I'm gonna thank the good Lord as the sun goes down for another day above the ground. Oh, well, I ain't at the top, but I ain't at the bottom. Being in the middle for me ain't a problem. As a matter of fact, where I'm at really ain't too bad at all. I know I ain't got every little thing I want, but I got everything I need. And that's a pretty good place used to be. I got an old blue Jeep, I said now back, it'll go anywhere, but it won't go fast. My baby don't mind it through my league if there's a little duct tape on the seat. I'm gonna thank the good Lord as the sun goes down for another day above the ground. Well, I ain't at the top, but I ain't at the bottom. Being in the middle for me ain't a problem as a